Hey everybody, it's Steve back at the shop. I wanted to make another, I guess what you call a follow-up video on the M. The other day, the last you saw it, I had this transmission cover off and it was all the gears were all exposed. Well, I've since got all this put back together, replaced the pilot bearing in both the flywheel and the pilot bearing at the end of the transmission input shaft there. I got the whole rear end put together, got the lid put on. Let's see what I've done. Obviously I joined the tractor here. I've gotten started breaking the engine down. I'm not going to rebuild this engine. The old tractor, I actually got it running pretty good before I tore it apart. But I've taken the manifold off. I've taken the valve cover off to get all this garbage cleaned up. When I first got this tractor, the governor was all boogered up. The weights had come loose. The pins that the weights were rotating, were articulating on, were worn just about completely worn out. So I took two governors and made one good one out of it. But I'll be taking that back off to clean it up and get it painted. As you can see here, I've already got, well, let me get back over on this side. I've already got the side taken off. What I usually do is I'll support it underneath the bottom there, and I'll take one of the side rails off, clean all this junk back up, prime it, and I'll shoot a coat of paint down through here. That's what's going to be covered by the side rails. Just a real quick coat of red paint there, and then I'll put the side cover back on, because once you get the side rails put on, you're not going to get all up and underneath all these different little places here. So I'll do that, put the side rail on, then I'll go on the other side and do the exact same thing. I've yet to pull the radiator off. I got it drained, but the packing nut, the packing on this water pump leaks like a sieve. It's got more leaks than the Biden White House, so to speak. It was leaking constantly until I drained the water out of it and drained the antifreeze out of it. That's a simple repair. I've got some more packing. What I'm going to do is I'll put the packing in behind I'll take the nut off, put another round of packing in it, and then tighten it back down until I start to get some drag on that shaft, and then I'll leave it alone and check it from there. It's a real pill to get in here with all this junk in the way, so hopefully I get it right the first time. I haven't, well, let me back up. I've taken all this, the valve cover off. I haven't adjusted the rockers yet. I've got a few that are more than 17 thousandths. Some folks adjust them cold to 19 thousandths. I've always adjusted them cold to 18 thousandths. So 17, 18, 19, name your poison. That's just me. But anyway, I've got, take you back out of here. Hopefully the sun won't blind you, won't glare out the video here. I've got this old belly pump housing that I just got through cleaning up. You can see it's hollow. There are no guts. There's nothing in the pump. Nothing but a cover. The housing is being used for an oil reservoir. And you can see it looks like the original pump had a catastrophic failure of some kind. And I mean, usually the gears of these things are so loose from the factory you could grind rocks with them, but this one here apparently died, so they use it for a oil reservoir. And if you look, you see that freeze out plug is all that's in that where the shaft used to go, shaft and seal used to go. So they plug them up. This one here, this was originally the drain hole. This is drilled and tapped. Of course, it's upside down, so you have to kind of bear with me here. It's drilled and tapped there for the return, or for the suction line, if you will, to feed the pump. So I've got that cleaned up, got it in primer. I'll be putting that back together probably later on today, once that primer gets set good. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I've got, oh, here's another little fun little tidbit here. Some knucklehead, well, let me take that back. I guess he's pretty smart. They put a live pump on that front engine cover. And those front engine covers from an M won't host a live pump. They will an M&W pump, I believe, but not a IH pump, international pump. So what, like was on the Super MTAs and the 400 and 450s. So what they did, somebody got ingenious with a hacksaw and whacked out and made it to where they could slide it over the original bolts. And of the two bolts up here, they only had one. Only one matched. These three matched the gear, or the holes, I should say, that would let the gear engage. And this hole up here, they just let run free. And this thing leaked like I don't know what. You should have seen the whole side of that engine before I started. I got kind of carried away and didn't make a video of it. But I mean, you know, you could have squeezed out a quart of oil out of all the dirt. But anyway, that's needless to say. I mean, it's still a good pump. I wouldn't be afraid to put it on a tractor, on a 100 series or something, to use like a field tractor. I wouldn't put it on a show tractor, obviously, but something to use in the field every day, yeah, I'd put it on there all day long. But anyhow, I'm going to go back with, I've got an M&W pump. I've got this off of another Super M, and I might put this back on there. I've actually got another pump sitting over there on the shelf. I know this one here works. The one on the shelf, I believe works, but I've had it, I took it off many, many years ago and put a new seal in it, and it's been on the shelf ever since. So I kind of figure if I went through the trouble of putting a new seal in it, it's a good pump. So anyway, this is the engine off of that. If any of you guys look at some of my other videos, I had a series called the Judsonia Arkansas Super M, which a guy sold me a tractor that he swore up and down the engine wasn't stuck on, and this engine was stuck tighter than a tick to a hound, which, you know, I didn't get all pissy about it because I parted the tractor out and made money on the parts. And I still got the core, and I come find out this is only stuck on number 3. So I'm probably going to drive out, and it's a good Super M engine too, 264. So I'm probably going to drive out piston, sleeve, and all out of number 3 and just replace that one, assuming there's no ring groove cut into the cylinders there. And I'm going to put this on a stage 2 Super M I've got out in the lot that needs an engine. So anyway, stay tuned and we'll see how that project goes. But for now, there's something else I wanted to mention too. If you guys are ever into these castings, if you'll look, you see this right here, it looks like a gnarly crack. As well as that, some over here. But not to worry, these are not cracks. These are just some deficiencies, if you will, in the casting, in the sand or in the casting mold, whatever you want to call it. I've seen dozens and dozens of this kind of stuff on these old tractors, and the older the moldings got, the worse they got. I've seen some of these castings that whoever the shift supervisor was on the day they poured these should have been ashamed that he let go through quality control. But anyway, they stood the test of time apparently, so who am I to say? So anyway, stay tuned. I'll bring you back up to date once all this is, well, let me back up. I'll bring you back up to date when I get the radiator off and we'll see what the pump looks like. So anyway, stay from the shop. Thanks for watching.